3, 2, 1. I'm on.
All right. Hold on,
You're listening to The Voice, 17104.com.
All right. We here, y'all. We here. Yes, sir. It's the show, y'all. It's the show. Hit it. Woo. All right, y'all. All right. It is the show. It is time for the show. I always like to make my disclaimers, though. You know, I'm give you my background. I'm a minister. I'm a comedian. I'm a counselor. I'm a friend. I'm a father. You know, I wear a lot of hats. But it's all good. It's all serious, and it's all fun. But like I always say, I can't control what happens on the streets of New York, D.C., Pittsburgh, or Baltimore. But I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. All right now. Good evening, America. Good evening, America. Anybody from Harrisburg, North Carolina, D.C., Pittsburgh. I got everybody listening from everywhere, man. And we here. I'm in the studio today. I'm solo dolo. And because I got some things on my mind. I got love on my mind. Holla, what's up, America? America. So listen, y'all read the post. We're going to talk about some accountability. Accountability. What is accountability? Why do I need accountability? Who am I going to be accountable to? Who am I going to be accountable for? Accountability not only grows you, it also grows me. And the other person, and the other person, and the other person. Hey, Benzina, it is time for us to be more accountable on our jobs, in our relationships, in the church. And I'm not even necessarily talking about, hey, Dante, I'm not even talking about to God, because we need to be accountable to God, but even just in church. You know, it's funny how when all things started going the right way, we're good then. But when it goes wrong, man, we can't take that. Said, you talking right. We need to stop the blame game. Well, we will blame somebody else for something in a minute. I don't care what it is. Nobody wants to take the pressure of holding themselves accountable. Even kids learn to lie before they are taught to lie, because they don't want to feel any type of the pressure that's coming down on them. The sad part about it is the lie comes all the way from, if you have to go as serious as if you go to court, or as minor as who left the lights on. No one wants to be held accountable. Nobody wants to be checked. America says it is easier to look through a window than it is to look in a mirror. Definitely. Dontel said you can You can't cry over spilled milk when you're the one that spilled it. You know, people will do some things to you in relationships. And if it goes unchecked, it will get worse and worse and worse. We need to start holding ourselves accountable, as well as other people. Yeah, Benzie said, just own up to it. It's time to stop allowing people to do things to us. It's time to check folks at the door. And worse, it is time to check people at the door. It is time to stop accepting some things. You know, we try to get into relationships. We try to tell people how we feel, and they don't even, unchecked stuff can cause a wreck. Yeah, they don't even want to return our call or a text. Well, no answer is an answer. Check them at the door with a bat. Good Lord, we rumbling now. We rumbling now, but maybe not that, but it is that serious. It is that serious. But then we have to check ourselves too now. Because I don't care what your situation is. There was a warning sign. There was a warning sign. I don't care what it is. There was a warning sign that you overlooked. And it could have been even because of how we were feeling at the time. You know, sometimes we don't even feel like we're worthy enough to be in a decent situation. You know, it took me a long time to work through my stuff. A long time. And now that I'm back, yeah, Dontel said people only do what you allow them to do. Dontel, that is so true, but we also know that it's so hard. Wow. Because we think they're doing it and we're doing it out of pure love. And we have two different agendas. You know you're right, but sometimes we are too close to the forest to see the trees. That's right. When you are in it, you can't see it. You can't see it like everybody else sees it. And some people start looking at you like you done lost your mind. I know there's been plenty of times my family looked at me like, man, what are you doing? But when you're in it, you can't see it. You can't see it. I tell you what, I was in the Boy Scouts and they put us in the middle of the forest. And we thought we were all the way lost. But because there was so many trees, we actually thought we were in the middle of the forest. We was probably about 50 yards from the whole campsite. He says, so when you see it, call it out. That's right. But you know what? Other than calling it out, we have to trust. We have to trust our close friends and family to believe them. To believe them when they say they see something different. You can't believe everybody, but people who you know that love you, you got to trust them because they see what you don't see. And when they say something to you, I'm not saying react. I'm not even saying throw your relationship away, but start looking at what they see. Period. Accountability. Accountability. 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. I've been a counselor. I've been a juvenile counselor. I've been a psychiatric counselor for years. And one of the biggest things, and the biggest problems was accountability. I'm trying to help somebody today. Is accountability. Nobody wants to be held accountable either. You know, relationships fall because of accountability. Because of accountability. They don't want to own up to nothing. They don't want to own up to nothing they did, nothing they said. You know, you can tear somebody down with nothing but words and leave people feeling like they have lost everything. And to some degree, they have. All because your ego is too fragile. You know, men's egos are extremely fragile. We can't take nothing. You know, I don't know if God just made us that way. We're strong, we're big, we try to be tough sometimes. Sometimes we try to be too tough. Somebody tougher than us. But our ego is all messed up. We don't like to admit when we're wrong, man. We don't like to admit that, man, there's something inside me that is jacked up. Dontel says some people will never own up to what they did because they feel as though they done nothing wrong. You're right. You're right. Does anybody remember Billy Joel? Billy Joel, I like Billy Joel. You know, he sing Uptown Girl and all that kind of good fun music. But he did have a hit record called Honesty. And honesty, the words in honesty was honesty. Such a lonely word. Seldom heard. Everyone is so untrue. Man, that's kind of deep. That we live in a world and we are a culture of people, Black, white, Hispanic, whatever, that lying comes so easy. Oh my. It's the second nature. What about those ones who think they do no wrong? They are messed up. Let me tell you something. Inside of us, if you ain't got the right stuff inside, you know, I used this analogy once before about the onion. You have to mix yourself with the right stuff. You know, onions is not good by themselves. They're just not. They just don't taste that good by themselves. But if you mix those onions, if you saute them, throw a little green peppers on them onions, maybe little red peppers, come on now, and put that onion on some steak. Now that onion has a different flavor. Now that onion is good because you've mixed the onion with the right stuff. We have to quit mixing our spirits with the wrong people. And this is the problem with a lot of people in the church too. Not just the world, because I'm talking to the world and the church, but we mix ourselves with the wrong people. And you know what? We don't see it, but everybody else sees it. And then after it's over, after the relationship is dissolved, marriage, you know what somebody says to you in church? Oh, y'all didn't even look right together. Man. I've heard it a million times. Oh, I don't know why he was with him. Oh, I'm not, girl. I don't know why he was with him. He's been running around women all day. Oh, why was he with her? Yeah. And so you can't say nothing to us because we ain't gonna believe you because we in love. Mixing with the wrong thing. She says, you just say so. You know you're talking right. Amen. 717-889-7181. If you have a specific comment, 717-889-7181. Sometimes love is blind. Well, let's correct that, Dontel. How about it's all the time? Love is blind all the time, you know. And it always seems like the people that can navigate this thing are the people who don't have an emotional attachment to anything. They can come in, wreck your life, and move on. Now, we've all seen this. We've all experienced somebody coming into your life, into your circle, tearing you completely down and roll out. Then you say, well, I'm going to start being like that to the next person. To the next person. That's what I'm going to start doing. What's up, Kev? And what happens? That's what a hurricane does, right? And what happens? It goes to the next person. Now you become exactly what you hated. What you hated. I think the reason why relationships are so hard right now is because on both sides of the spectrum, there's been so much hurt, so much pain. People have done a number on us. When you get as old as I am, people have done a number on us. Maya Angelou always said, what was that quote, y'all? Y'all know the quote, when the truth will set you free. That's right, Tanya. When people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. You know that one, right? You know, people will show you what they want to show you. Even when they start out wonderful, something will slip in. They'll say a word, something to make you look at them funny and say, what was that? And then we fluff it off. Yeah. But I like to hear from you guys. I mean, you're really giving me some good information, good feedback right here. But what you got to say? 717-889-7181. Hey, Robin, 717-889-7181. That is why I try to make sure that no matter what I do in life, I just try to make sure my intent is right. So what Don, I'm sorry. So what Dontel is really saying is he is intentional about his relationships. That if I'm going to be in a relationship, if I am going this direction, I want you to know that the intent is what it is. And I think we all should be intentional when it comes to relationships. I think we should be intentional when it comes to church. I think we should be intentional when it comes to friendship. That's how it works, to be intentional. You know, you have to, it's the hard part, y'all. You have to put your feelings out there. You got to drop them walls. Intent is honesty. That's right. We got a lot of walls out here, y'all. We got a lot of walls. If we could physically see the people's walls, we wouldn't even see the people. You see somebody peeking over every now and again to see if it's safe to come out. And just when you trust somebody one more time, you trust them one more time, you get popped. But what you're just trusting is I'm just going to stay away. But if you stay away and don't fix yourself, you'll always run into the same type of people. See, not dating for a long period of time is not keeping yourself safe. What you do when you are in your hiatus is what keeps you safe. If there's a pool of shark-infested waters and they looking for prey, and you get out barely with your life and never go back to the pool, or never figure out why you went to the pool in the first place, and then after 5 years of not going to the pool, you return to the same pool and say, well, I took a break. But then you jump into the same relationship. Huh. Sean said, let's make history. Tressa said, barely. Right, you barely get out. We are in a delicate situation right here in 2022. People are hurting. People are hurting so bad we can't even teach our young people how not to go through nothing, because we're training our children on our experiences. Ooh, I think I said something right there, y'all. We training them on our own experience. Oh, and I know I'm right, because like I said, I've been a counselor. Oh, I told my daughter, you can't trust no man. Well, that's an interesting way to start a child's life out. You can't trust no man. You can't trust no woman. Don't show a woman everything. She'll run over your heart. Yeah. Maybe. But there's some things we have to do before we get into a relationship. Shameless plug. Mark Kennard said Black Comedy Cruise coming up. Yeah, we do have a good time. And Zena said, if you do the same thing, you will get the same results. That's right. We need to do a new thing, because the same thing gets the same results, or gets the same thing, yeah. It's the same results. Gets the same results. What are we going to do different from this point on? I mean, trust God and you learn to trust yourself. Trust God and you learn to trust yourself. Trust God and you'll learn to trust yourself. I got to think about that one time. I got to think about that. You know, I think some of us want love so bad, though. Some of us want just tired of being lonely. You know. And I'm gonna admit, there are times where that someone is me. You know, you start, going through things in life. Mary says, heal during your alone time in order to be better in the future. Yes. A lesson not learned will hurt more and more each time. That's true, America. Until you learn the lessons. That is true. Because first, when you hurt, this is how I always look at it. When you hurt, and then you heal, and then you're a hostage. Some people say, well, why? Why hostage at the end? I'll tell, come on, Don, the prayer without works is dead. We want to pray for a good man or woman, but we got to make sure our house is in order. That's right. You got to make sure you're right. You got to make sure you're right. That's right. Hurt people hurt people. That's right. But you know what? When we are hurt, we have to deal with the hurt. Is that me? Okay. So the hurt, what is the hurt? Is the hurt what they did? Or is the hurt of how it made you feel? Like we always say, he hurt me. And I always say, by doing what? And they go, well, by cheating on me. Is that what hurt you? The cheating? Him sleeping with, her sleeping with, is that what hurt you? Did that act hurt you? Or did that act make you feel less than? Because that's where the hurt is. You start feeling like you're not worthy. You start feeling like you don't deserve it. You even started feeling like it's my fault. You're saying, well, why am I not enough? Why did they pick this person over me? Yeah, like you are not good enough, right? You start wondering these things. So it's not the act that hurt. It's what it made you feel. It was the damage that was done mentally to you that made you feel inadequate. That's the hurt. The betrayal of it all. When you pour into somebody and they throw it away like a rag doll. Somebody gave me the example that you can take a nice, smooth, perfectly good piece of paper. And that piece of paper represents hey, Spencer, I think you're talking about trust issues. That piece of paper represents the purity of the person that you're dealing with. When you mess them up, it's like balling them up and just balling them up and just balling them up. Now, eventually you can unball it and straighten it out a little bit, but there's still a whole lot of wrinkles in that paper. That paper will never be the same as before you tore it up. We have to be accountable. We have to start treating the people the way we want to be treated. Hey, how do you know you are healed? My hurt brought me back to God. And now, what? And now it's okay to be alone so I can work on me, so I can work on me so I can love again. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hurt is hurt. Thought, word, and deed. Yes. Yes. And so when we're talking about getting over that betrayal, yeah, we can smooth that paper out, but there's still going to be some wrinkles in it. We'll never get that paper back the way it was in its original form. And so we have to be mindful on both ends of the spectrum that our actions, because we started this thing out with accountability. Our actions can destroy or just wrinkle a paper that no matter who comes after that, they'll never get that same smooth piece of paper. He says you have to also know that you can't get love from the same place. Oh, you got hurt from. Oh, Dontel, you hitting hard now, brother. Dontel, you sound like you went to counseling, Dontel. You sound like you know some things, brother. You know, you go through enough in life. You can't heal where you're hurt at. You know, that's just like in drug and alcohol. You know, you can't be clean where you get high at. You can't keep running in the house telling me I'm clean. Well, yeah, oh, I just went over down and seen the fellas at the crack house. You know, I'm just trying to get them out of there. That's all I'm trying to do is get them out of there. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you went from being there for 30 seconds to 3 days. Yeah. Hey, Monica. Monica, we're talking about accountability. We're talking about what it does to an individual when we're not intentional in our feelings, intentional in our direction, when we're not intentional. It's time to stop doing things haphazardness. That's a word. It's time to hold our own self accountable as well as the people we are dealing with. 717-889-7181. Hurt has been an education, and now I choose to be. You choose to be what, Tanya? Hurt has been an education, and now I choose to be. Choose to be hurt or healed. It kind of stopped on me, Tanya. I don't know what we're saying the rest of that. Or you can just call in, Tanya, and get your whole thought out so I can, I get a clear message. 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. That's right. That's it. Yeah. So, we have to earn our right in this world. You have to earn your right to want to be the man of the house. You can't be the man of the house just because you are a man. There's some things you got to do, and vice versa as a woman. Ben, acceptance is a key to loving ourselves because loving ourselves shows our reflection, then shows who is, what did you say? Oh, I can't eat. Then it shows our reflection, then shows who is attracted to us. Yeah. What was that? Laws of attraction? Oh, yeah. If you want to call in, don't call in on my phone. Call on at 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. I'm calling now. I have a question for the group. Have you ever looked for ownership and accountability for something you did, something you did not do? To save a relationship. Dante, you mean just took the blame? Are you talking about taking the blame for something, Dante, and you didn't really do anything, but I'll just take ownership for this thing and so it can be smooth? I don't know if is that what you're trying to say? Yes, just hit yes or no real quick. Because sometimes we do take responsibility or accountability that's not ours, just to keep the relationship going. Well, group, we know what that does, right? It gives the other partner a sense of entitlement. Like they good. I got this. But Tanya, I think it was Tanya Hart, call back. 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. I would love to hear what you have to say. Yeah, we can't just keep taking blame just to stop the argument. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all. What's up? Now, that's just gonna cause more problems. But we lie a lot. I ain't gonna do that. We do it. I'm gonna call you back. We don't. We got some more comments coming in here. I just want to read them real quick. What we got? What did it say? Okay, Mama Rose. Good word. Good word. Good word. You know, we have to stop being so mean sometimes. You know, we have to not only put love back in us. Hey, Dwayne, but we have to start. Like I said, I told you I'm a preacher too. We have to start putting the love of God in our heart, because the love of God will attract someone else who loves God. Nellie Rose said, Mama said every tub has to stand on its own bottom. Ain't that the truth? We got DJ Flip the Trip that just joined us on the line. Flip, we're talking about accountability, Flip. You know, we're talking about doing the right thing, even when it hurts sometimes. Doing the right thing is not always the easiest thing, you know, but it's always the right thing. I think Martin Luther King said, how that quote go, y'all? It's never a wrong time to do the right thing. That's it. It's never a wrong time to do the right thing. Yeah. The love of God will also keep the wrong people out of your life. What? Man, you better say it. You know, when you start praising God for all the things you have, and somebody with not the same spirit will stay away from you, man, it is like a blocker. You know, you got to put your hater blockers on. You know, they said what them shades are, hater blockers. They said, Dwayne said, it was easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Great people embrace challenges and move forward. Yes, yes. Monica says, consequences for actions of hurt. What are the consequences for actions of hurt? The consequences, well, first of all, the consequences is long-lasting unassuredness. Like Dave Smith said earlier, your trust issue starts coming back in. You don't believe nothing nobody say, even if they telling you the truth, because of just what you've been through and what they have put you through already. You ever been with somebody that no matter what they say, you don't believe them? You don't believe them. Where you going? I'm going to the mall. Yeah, right. You don't believe them. Uh-oh, we got a phone call. What's going on?
Good afternoon, caller. You're on Kenny's Corner. Go ahead with your comment or question, please.
Yeah, I don't have a question. I have a comment. It's just, Kenny, it was just Dwayne Golden, by the way. I love the topic, and I'm going to tune in each Thursday. I didn't even know you had this.
Amen.
My comment is, yes, sir. Thank you for having me here. But my comment is that I think that a lot of this stuff stems from the households. You know, it seems that we're talking about consequences. We're talking about leading into it when it gets tough and things like that. But a lot of stuff starts in the household. And I think somewhere around the 70s and 80s, we started blaming the schools because they took the Bible out of the schools and stuff like that. But we took this stuff out of the household. The Black family took it out of the house.
Yeah.
Prayer, the word, responsibility, accountability. And so I'm seeing a lot of stuff we're looking for the next guy to get in the office to make the difference. And the truth is we have a lot more power and control than we've been talked about. We have it ourselves. If we get started home with whoever's in the house with us.
I love this.
Instead of blaming the school, the therapist, the coach, everybody else, let's just go talk about what we're doing at the house.
Yes.
And NBC and ABC and HBO Raise the Family, are we all getting together, opening the Word with the peeps?
Ooh, you coming hard now. Now you're coming hard. Now you're talking that word. Yes, sir. It's time to get back to the basics, Dwayne, don't you think? It's time to go back.
I think so. I think that we are now, the consequences are now we don't even know what we are. We tell our kids, don't worry about learning how to get dressed or get a job or even how to drive. If you're 5 and 6, we're talking about your sexuality.
Yeah.
I mean, at 5 and 6, I wouldn't even know, it shouldn't even be important, whatever your sex is.
Right.
What's important is life. We're putting focus on the wrong things because we started 20, 30 years ago putting all the focus on the wrong things. And so now, as a people, we think if we're going to be successful, we have to either be a basketball star or a entertainer. We don't know that there are many options. We narrow things down because the TV networks brought us where we ought to be. And I think that when we open the Word, we can see we can be anything and be successful without being any of the things that mainstream tells us we got to be.
That's right.
So I didn't mean to ramble.
No, thank you.
I just wanted to make my comment.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Have a good night, man. Keep listening, man. We here every Thursday, baby. Kenny's Corner.
I won't miss it. I'm telling you. I'm a Robinson fan. You know
Come
that.
on down, man. We rocking and rolling.
All right.
All right.
Do it. All right, bro. Blessings.
Blessings.
Peace. Thanks for calling, bro.
Dontel says, I agree to a point, but there comes a point in life when no matter what your upbringing is, you know right from wrong. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you know what, Dontel? You know what? That is built into us. It really is. Right and wrong, man, that's, kids know. I need to look that up. When do kids know the difference between right and wrong? Mama Rose, I know you listening to me. When is the Benzina? When is the difference? When do you think a child realizes the difference between right and wrong? Teresa, when do you think the child knows right or wrong? When does that age start? Very interesting, because you're right, Dante. We do know the basic methods of right and wrong. So if we're tearing somebody up, now listen to this, y'all. If someone is tearing us up, they know it. They know what they're doing. And if we're tearing somebody up, we know it. Dave Smith said Christianity 12 years. Well, 12 years old. Oh no, they know. They know before 12, Dave, between right and wrong. Yeah. You teach a child early right from wrong. Yeah. Yeah, you do. It said before the age of 2. Thank you. That's what I thought it was, 2 or before, right? That's what I'm telling you. Children know long before. You know, children know, long before 12. Yeah, it often starts around potty training. That's right. That's right. You know, when a child wants to play and they're being potty trained, and you ask them, do they got to go to the bathroom? And they think that they have to stop playing? You know what they're going to tell you? Nope, I ain't got to go. And we go, oh, okay. We go in the bathroom, we go in the other room to get a glass of milk, and they come back and it's all over the floor. I just do that. Yeah, kids learn. Dave Smith said, we never teach our child how to sin, but the world starts earlier. Hey, man. Hey, sin, we're born into sin. When they take their siblings' toys or food, they know it's wrong. And they usually hide the toy. Come on. And that's not taught. That's not taught. I'm telling you, man, this thing is deep. Right now, this thing right now is deep. Yeah, because the lie comes fast. The lie, no. Did you know? Did you know? Now, where did he learn the lie from? What we gonna say? Because he's been watching the parents? Woo. Yeah. The world would make you grow up before your time. That's right. Yeah, because, parents will have you lie for them. Somebody call on the phone as a bill collector. What'd they say? Tell them I ain't here. Tell them I ain't here. Tell them I ain't here. Yeah, that's a lie. Because they looking at you right there telling them. Well, you here, Mom? You right there. Yeah. Sometimes our kids are growing up really fast, Dontel. You need a part 2 for this session. You're right, Benzina. Because we haven't even really gotten into, actually it's 3 parts. Because right now we're just really talking about accountability and the hurt. Next time we want to really focus on the healing. And then, just so you guys are aware, after the healing, after you've healed from not complete healing, because I don't want you to miss this, but after you've healed from the situation that had hurt you, sometimes we hold ourselves hostage in our mind and we can't get out of that. You said my mom was famous for that. Miss her dearly. You know what? I miss her dearly too, Don. I'll tell you, yes. Because of consequences is the reason most lie. Yeah. Yep. I don't want my toys taken. I don't want my woman leaving me. Even though I know I'm wrong as 2 left shoes. I don't want the teacher reprimanding me. I know I ain't did my homework. Now, what are some of the, because I'm not even going to call them excuses. What are some of the lies? And I want to hear from y'all. What are some of the lies we have told the teacher why we didn't have our homework? This ought to be good. Todd Cofield, what is some of the lies you told when you didn't have your homework? Man, the dog ate it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant chapter 2. Chapter 2? School just started. Yeah. We got all kinds of excuses. Lying come. Do you know that when we are confronted, we think of the lie first instead of holding ourselves accountable with the truth? I didn't bring my book home. That's right. Todd Cofield left it on the bus. That's right, Todd. I left it on the bus. I took it. My little brother tore it up. Wow. Yeah. I spilled something on it. Oh my goodness. And you know what? And these lies aren't like 12th grade lies. Oh no, these 3rd grade. Oh, my. And this is what I'm saying. We learned a long time ago, the dog ate it. That's right. We learned a long time ago how not to take accountability for nothing. Our house caught on fire. Wow. We used to have a saying, and I preached about this, when the tough, you never gave me mine, make her think it's her fault. I handed it in. You never gave it back. You didn't hand me mine. Oh, when the tough gets going, the going gets tough. I had it right here. Don't know what happened to it. I hope I'm reading it like y'all writing it. I had it right here. I don't know what happened to it. Our power got cut off. Yes, our power got cut off. When the tough get going, the going gets tough. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. But nowadays, when the going gets tough, the tough blame somebody else. No one wants to take any accountability. Nobody at no time wants to take any accountability. My, the power got cut off. Yeah, this accountability is rough. Yes, Lord. You know, when you don't take accountability, own it. When you don't take accountability, you ruin so many lives, including yourself. Including yourself. And that's what we don't want. That's what it's hard to look at ourselves. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Yeah. Yeah, I'm asking in the mirror to change your ways. You know, I had to take a good look at myself years ago. And I had to quit blaming everybody else for any relationship that went bad. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't like what was looking back at me. And then I did something about it. And that's where the maturity of a woman and a man comes in. Recognizing when something is wrong and doing something about it. It's okay to be by yourself, as long as you're working on yourself. Don't be by yourself and don't work on it. Don't be by yourself and ignore it. Be by yourself and own it. Own it. Everything. And not just what they did. Own what you did. And some of you are saying, but I didn't do anything. What you did do is you allowed it. You allowed it. One of the first things when I go into counseling with somebody and they tell me what somebody else did, my very first question is, what did you do? What did you do to ruin your relationship? I didn't do anything. I made sure the car was clean. I made sure this, I made sure that. I made sure I cooked. I made sure I cleaned. I made sure the kids was dressed and ready for school. I paid all the bills. I did everything. You still had a part. Tony said, that's where I'm at and thankful for it. Yeah. You got to learn how to love you and be okay with you. And it takes two to make a relationship go wrong. Dontel just said a mouthful, y'all. I know y'all don't know Dontel, but Dontel, I've been in Dontel's life a long time. We don't see each other that much, but I can tell he has grown. I can tell he's grown. It takes two to make a relationship go wrong or right. That's right. So no matter what good you did in your relationship, before you move on to the next relationship, figure out, your problem. Huh? Figure out your problem. Figure it out. It ain't for me to figure out. It's for you to sit down and figure out what's going on with me. Hudnell, Lenny Hudnell. And see, Lenny called in here. We be on here at 11 o'clock at night. But as time is winding down, as it always does on us, here it is. It's 5 after already. Show ends in 5 minutes. If anybody has any closing remarks, if you want to share, you can give us a call at 717-889-7181. That's 717-889-7181. Okay, now, Lenny, come back next week. That's right. Tell me to come back this week. Hold on. We got a new girl, Becky Melino. Becky Melino. Why is that? Becky Melino. That's Stu's friend. Hey, Becky. How you doing, girl? Or is this Stu on Becky's phone? Because, you know, y'all be tricking me like that sometimes. Y'all be tricking me like that sometimes. But I'm smarter than the average bear. Because, you know, Stu, me and him stood side by side. And we took on anything that came down the hallway. You best believe that. Hey, hi, Kitty. How you doing, Stu? I love you, man. I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. We have to catch up so I can tell you what's really going on with my life. Everything is just, God is just blessing. Just blessing, just a blessing. Love yourself, put God first, and everything else will fall into place. That's right, Dontel. Will do. That's right. Ty Cofield. Yes, you did. That's right, Ty. That's right. We stood tall. Hey, nephew Mario. Listen here, y'all. As we're closing this thing out, I love y'all. Keep supporting. Like and share on YouTube. I'm going to take this show. I'm going to put it on Facebook so you can like and share. Tanya say, give God a real. I don't know. Man, I don't know what you said, Don. Chancery? I don't know what you was trying to say. All right. Todd Cofield, love you, my brother. Love you too, Todd, man. All day, man. All day. Stu, love you, brother. That's right. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our time is up. And like I started in the beginning and how I closed at the end, I can't control what happens on the corners of New York, Washington, D.C., or Philadelphia. But I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. Good night, y'all.